Hello, good evening everyone. I hope you are doing well. First of all, I would like to thank my teacher, Mr. Muhammad for giving me this chance to present some advice to those of you who are interested in learning English language. So, my name is Karim Al-Akid. Currently, I'm studying English at University of Nasr. I'm specialized in literature. Before proceeding, please let me first clarify something very important. Before 3 years ago, I was a student like you, sitting at the same place that you are sitting now. Believe me if I say, we as students, we didn't exploit 3 things: time, presentations, and reading. Third thing is delivering a presentations. Listen, you have to you have to seize any opportunity that comes from your teacher in terms of delivering presentations. You will lose nothing. Mistakes are not a shame. We all make mistakes. So don't be afraid of making mistakes in front of your friends, because after all, you will get your baccalaureate degree and most of you will go to university, and believe me if I say, you will face many difficulties, because you will have public speakings and oral exams, and you will deliver a presentation in front of a huge number of students. And believe me, you might feel in that situation, because stress, you have to overcome stress. So seize this opportunity as long as you have it now. Concerning reading, I will start with a very known quote: as you read, as you know. This is very clear. Once you read, you will accumulate knowledge immediately. You have to be familiar with reading. Don't start with novels. You will not benefit from them. Or reading plays like what I have now, play of Shakespeare, written by William Shakespeare, a very well-known playwright. And actually, this play took me months or more to understand, because it is very difficult. Forget about these styles or these types of plays or novels like Diane Chamberlain or other known like Thomas Hardy. This is classics. Start with short stories, alright? Start with the simplest styles, because short stories are better than novels. In short stories, you find everything simple, chronologically speaking, and you find the events in a way you understand. But when you go to read novels, you will just waste your time in vain, because you have to deal with figure of speech, idioms, a lot of things, diction. Figure of speech, you need to study them well. You have to know them one by one, such as metaphor, comparison, personification, and so on. You have to know them. By the way, you have to know them. Please, as I said before, don't be afraid of making mistakes. We all make mistakes, but once you make mistake, make sure that it is the beginning of learning. Once more you make mistakes, more you learn. The second thing, please read as much as possible, and you have really a good teacher who is eager to help you in developing your skills. To sum up, thank you so much for listening to me, and again, I would like to thank my teacher for giving me this chance to deliver my speech. Thank you so much, and good luck for everyone. Hello, I hope you are doing well. Actually, this is an opportunity to tell you about my experience during my high school as well as university studies. Now, I will tell you about my process of how I learned English. One of my steps to learn English was to read short stories with easy vocabulary. The second step was to look up difficult words in the dictionary to have full meaning of the text. The last step, and it is a very important step, was to write short sentences with the vocabulary that I learned, and I began to write short paragraphs and handed them out to my teacher to assess my writing in order to improve it. All in all, my advice is very clear. The more you read and speak, the more you master the English language. Read and speak, listen and write. Practice makes perfect. Thanks for watching.
Everybody, first of all, I dedicate this video to those who really want to pursue the English studies in university or elsewhere. I will focus entirely on the positive sides of learning English language. First of all, it is a lingua franca. You can find English everywhere. You can discuss it everywhere with foreigners or with your teachers in the university or through Facebook or in general, or through mass media such as Facebook or WhatsApp or etc. I want to say that English language is what we call beneficial, because it provides people with much information about research papers in English language. So for students who wants to, for example, to talk about scientific things or literary things, most of books is written in English. Most of books are written in English. So he should learn language in order to use those books and translate them into, for example, in Arabic or German or any language, because it seems that those research papers are essential for their scientific search or scientific thesis. Well, last video we talked about the benefits of learning language, because it's a lingua franca. You can find it in every country, because most people talk English, speak English, communicate with English, especially in other countries. This is the sole mean that people can communicate with different language. So I encourage you to learn English. My experience in learning English, I started learning English when I was a university student. I tried to learn, for example, I started with spoken English, where I learned some spoken language. I mean, spoken words. We tried to see their transcriptions. Through this transcription, I managed to speak very well. You see what I mean? So I want to tell you that by learning language, you will be you can work as a translator. You can take a text from other language and translate it into English. And through this process, you will be perfect in learning in English language, speaking as well as writing. One more thing, and the final things that you should do is to be able to use English whenever you meet, for example, foreigner, or with your classmates, or with your teacher as well, because it reinforces the idea that by repeating some expressions, repeating it many times, you can adopt your way of speaking. Speaking English, I mean English will allow you to work. To work in a foreign countries, because, for example, if you immigrate in the United States, for example, their main language is English. So at that time you are ready to speak with foreigners. You will, for example, take an opportunity to write some forms in English quickly without stumbling blocks. So, if you want to, for example, to pursue your studies in foreign countries, you have to learn English. And good luck. I wish you good luck.